One of my favorite sort of steps along the Born Defense project process was sitting around and meeting everybody for the first time at a dinner and listening to these experienced men in the defense space talk about their vision of the world. And I think it was one of our founding finance members, Pierre, that asked the question at dinner one day, who's your favorite US president and why? And, I was like, you ask that question in the United States at Thanksgiving and you may get, gravy poured on you with the wrong answers. But just hearing people that have been involved in statecraft or funding governments or funding the tools of government talk about this collective history that we have, across the Atlantic and here in the United States, and how that affects the evolution of civilization is an interesting backdrop, because this isn't just about, going from this deal to that deal. It's about what's the purpose of these deals. Sure. Why are we doing this? And how are we standing on the shoulders of the giants before us to get here? And, in the direction of our communities and the direction of our nations. And I think everybody that's involved in this deal has distinct opinions on that. And I appreciate learning from them and having them be a voice at the table.
And they're not shy at giving the mic, which is why there's normally a large space around our groups in restaurants. Our opinions for the last 5 years have been very unfashionable. Our opinions now are being listened to. And why is that? I'm not a vet, I've never served, but around the table I'm sitting with guys who've flown F-16s in battle. I'm sitting with guys that have commanded ground troops who have my utmost admiration, the real grit of war. And I'm dealing with diplomats whose job was to cease aggression in some of the most conflict-ridden areas of the world. So it's an incredible mixture of people. And even those engaged in the art of warfare, really engaged, not just talking about it like I do, they've done it, they don't want any more war. They want solutions to ensure that we do not get sucked into endless conflicts. And what I want to do is to make sure all of our allies, all those with the same moral compass as our countries, have the supply chain and the desire and the capital to self-sustain our defences against any potential aggressors. That's what I want to achieve.